compared to the markets to a church with a casino attached, and people can move between the church and casino, and I would say there are more people in the church and more people in the casino, but the casino's gotten very attractive to people. You know, if you're buying one-day options or selling them, I mean, that is that's not investing. It's not speculating. It's gambling. You know, just totally. There's nobody that can explain why they're buying an option for one day.
Yeah, the Iran conflict has been the cause, of course, of gas prices going up. It's drug on. I am great.
They're still up massively from this time a year ago. Look at this. Gas is 30% more expensive than this time last summer. Diesel, 48%. That's huge. Diesel is the workhorse of this economy, right? It powers the trucks that haul all the stuff that we buy online. It powers the trains. It's what powers the tractors that farmers use. Jet fuel, 73% more expensive than this point last year. And we know that airlines have not been shy about passing those costs along to consumers as well.
Because we really do have to get going. Because if we have another 3 or 4 years, you know, we're at 18 trillion now. We're soon going to be at 20 trillion. According to the economists, who I'm not big believers in, but nevertheless, this is what they're saying, that 24 trillion, we're very close. That's the point of no return. $24 trillion. We will be there soon. That's when we become Greece. That's when we become a country that's unsalvageable. And we're going to be there very soon. We're going to be there very soon.
The national debt just hit a massive milestone. For the first time ever, it's over $40 trillion. This as President Trump downplays concerns over the bond market.
Hey guys, Cortez Jr. with another episode of Scriptures and Wallstreet. I hope you're doing well. This week is definitely interesting, shaking up. Congratulations to America. We just crossed over $40 trillion in national debt. And don't take my word for it. Let's go ahead and go right to the charts. Go right to what I've been sharing for a very long time. Boom, there you have it. $40 trillion, over $40 trillion. Look how this U.S. debt clock.org. You can follow me there. If you're watching this on regular podcasts, just check this out. I mean, it gets very detailed. We've been talking about this site for many, many moons. So just an amazing site. Gets very detailed into fractional reserve banking, unsecured debt, and obviously the interest on our federal deficit just alone is scary ad nauseum. And you can actually click later down the road. They do have an app. I'm not here to show them or anything, but yeah, you get home sales information here. You can just click here. Pretty neat to just look at all this and really formulate your own opinion of what's really going on. And what I love about real numbers and charts is that it does not care about your feelings. There is no left and right anymore, guys. Like, I am not down with the GOP. I am not Republican. I don't want to be Republican. I'm not a liberal. I'm not on the left side or right side. It's all a part of the same bird. I am party 1776. There is the only way we got to move forward is that there's evil and then there's good. That's it. You're either good or you're evil. And that's why it's so important to have your faith in times like what it is going on right now. Here in Florida, we got Byron Donalds, and the guy took money from APEC. Everybody won pretty much that took money from APEC. And it's because the whole GOP is APEC funded. And so it's very difficult to vote for somebody that is hoping that you have big wishes for, that is non-APEC. And there's a few of them out there. But they all got canceled. They all got cheated on. They all got silenced. And that's going to be the narrative moving forward. Unfortunately, it's going to take some radicalization, people being fed up with the BS, for them to just have so so much momentum, so much irrefutable voting and just showing up that there will be a change. I don't know when that day will come. But as long as there's Zionists, as long as there's, principalities like the Bible talks about, we won't have a say here. You can fight all you want. And I'm not saying to give up your sword. I'm saying that we can't put our trust in man. We can't put our trust in a political system. And here in Florida, it's sad. It is sad because this is my home state. And they're building up data centers. We are Southern. We're conservative. Our cousin is Texas. We like our guns just like how they do, but we hide ours. And we don't even have room in Florida. Like, we're built out. And we have over 22 million people here now. So it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. I mean, just going to a steakhouse, you're waiting for an hour. I mean, I don't know, in your restaurant, in your neck of the woods, you can just roll up to a restaurant and say, hey, we're just walking in. We'd like to get seated as soon as possible. You may wait 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Here in Tampa, Florida, they're saying we're booked for the night. Come tomorrow. Or they'll look at you like, is you dumb, slow, or stupid? Because we're booked and you don't have a reservation. So, anywho, everything on this podcast is meant for information and education purposes only. I am a licensed financial advisor. So if you would like to engage us, go ahead and give us a call, 813-448-3446, or visit our website at cortezwm.com. We want to help you. There's a lot of stuff going on in regards to retirement planning, regards to the market. Interest rates were going down the past 3 or 4 times the Fed came up, but they remained unchanged. And what people don't realize is that 3 Fed chairs inside of their little meeting room decided we're going to raise interest rates. Of course, the majority won at the Fed. But the fact of the matter, there's 3 of them already saying we're going to raise interest rates. Insurance companies, Green Money Solutions, we already receive alerts that rates are rising. And it's not conspiracy. Guess what is also happening with the debt? The yields, the Treasury yields are popping back up. This creates a huge inversion of the yield curve. So since we passed this $40 trillion milestone, not metaphorically, but someday, today, the U.S., we used to say like one day it'll be over 40 trillion. That was like 10 years ago, 5 years ago. But now it's official. It's here. $40 trillion. And this is not me saying that. This is the actual Treasury saying that we are $40 trillion. And this is, you can go to usdebtclock.org. I don't even know if that's not even official, but they pull the numbers from the actual official source. And here's what is not the issue. The issue, it's not a Republican problem. It's not a Democrat problem. It's not a independent party 776 problem. It is an American spending problem. There's no longer red versus blue. And if you're into that, you're probably a boomer and you probably are being sheeped into this. And you need to wake up, because the balance sheets are getting trickier. Administrations change. Congress changes. The presidents change. But one thing always stays consistent, and that is the debt keeps on increasing no matter who's in the office. And scripture does warn us. Proverbs 22:7, for the borrower is the servant of the lender. Read that again. The borrower is the servant to the lender. Proverbs 22:7. Literally serving the lender. Who is that lender? Well, I think you know who they are. So here's the uncomfortable question, I would say, that would challenge. What happens when the most powerful nation on earth becomes the biggest borrower in U.S. history? And of course, that's the United States. What happens when we become this financial mega powerhouse, and now we become the biggest borrower. It is almost like the fall of the man, right? Pride becomes for the fall. Regardless, whatever your thoughts are on that, we still have a $40 trillion problem. It's too big to comprehend. It's so big that mathematically you try to conceptualize it and you're like, there's no way. But there's an issue that is even more thought-provoking is the interest alone. The interest alone, federal interest alone on this debt is over $1 trillion, man, just in 2026 alone. And we're not even paying down the debt. We're just paying interest. $1 trillion gets wasted just on interest. So the CBO projects that annual interest costs literally could rise to roughly 2.1 trillion by 2036. And if this trend continues, this is where it gets very, very dangerous. But eventually, we aren't becoming a nation to primarily build. You're borrowing because yesterday's borrowing costs today's credit card bill. You are taking from our children's at this point. And the reason why I say that, because the bond market has increasing yields right now. And so investors right now are demanding more interest from the United States because the private lenders, they price the risk, and borrowers need enormous amount of capital per year, year after year. And they're going to say, hey, you're going to have to pay me more if you want to borrow. You're going to have to pay me more. So Japan puts all their debt into us. They buy our debt, and the yields aren't supposed to be where they're at. So they manipulate the dollar. Now the dollar's pumping up. The rates are going down. Silver's going down. But now the rates are going back up. So everything is going up. And that will work its way into the economy. That will work into your mortgages, your business loans, your corporate debt, your financing, your credit cards, any type of government financing, asset valuations. It all gets reevaluated. So the cost of money matters to about everything. And here's what makes people really, really angry is that America doesn't have a debt problem because of the wrong political parties in office. America has a debt problem because we develop a culture that wants benefits without sacrifice. We want programs. We want tax cuts. We want spending cuts. We want stimulus. We want cheap freaking money with booming markets. We want our cake and eat it too. But guess what? We go back and we're reminded of the Old Testament, right? For what soweth a man, that shall he also reap. So what you sow is what you reap. And that's in Galatians 6:7. It's our New Testament. And these are just like spiritual laws, man. Eventually, you reap what you sow. We've done this as a country. We've done this as personally. And this is nothing that you and I can do about it. This is a national problem that you had nothing to do about it. I'm just stating like what the state of our U.S. economy is at and what it's coming into and how we prepare for all of this nonsense. And basically, what does this mean to you is that the retirees got to start listening closely. You can't just buy this stuff and hope that you're going to be fine. That doesn't work anymore. You buy silver. Oh, we're going to retire on silver. Guys, this is not paying your income. There's no income you can get from precious metals. You're losing your ass on it. And you're getting yourself to the cleaners because the big banks, they know what they're doing. If you haven't heard about Green Money Solutions, let me tell you, a lot of retirees, they stick their money in their 401ks, they stick their money in their IRAs and their Roths, and they rely on stocks and bonds, even precious metals to grow their retirement, to get them to their retirement destinations. You need principal protection. You need an account that has ability to protect your money, grow with the index that you're currently already following with 100% risk. Now you have a principal protected account that will grow with equity-like returns, and more importantly, withdraw those funds while your account accumulates. If that is something that you're interested in, Green Money Solutions is a national brand that will protect your retirement. Over the past 22 years, our clients have successfully implemented this strategy to create a secure and safe retirement. Most advisors don't have access to this because they don't get paid to offer green money. All you have to do is go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out the information, and let's just have a conversation. The big banks are having a field day with you. So if you're 35 years old, you're loving the volatility, right? But if you're in your 60, 70, you're withdrawing. You are paying your bills. Inflation's all over the place. You can't keep up. There is no more ordinary income from your job. The ordinary income comes from your traditional IRAs. You lose 10, 15% in the market, plus you're withdrawing. Guys, this is detrimental for your retirement, and you have it in red money, supposedly. You are going to be hating life because you can't go back to work. You've already established your own ways. There's red money out there, and this is why I talk about colors. Red money is going to be a bucket of money that has unlimited losses, unlimited gains. You have no control, and you don't even know what the daggone fees are at. I've gotten so many calls this week. Hey, Carlos, I don't know. My advisor is a really nice advisor. I'm going to be retiring. I'm 56 years old. I'm 66 years old. And I got $500,000-$600,000 with my broker. I don't know if he agrees with what I agree with, but I heard you on your podcast and I waited 2 or 3 years to give you a call. Meanwhile, the $500,000-$600,000 could have been a milli by now, but you got so comfortable having someone there in your local neighborhood, the Edward Jones model. And I have one question to ask you. Where is that advisor at? And does he have access to your money? But where is your money? As a matter of fact, when you go to your local vaccinated, financially inoculated bank, where is your money at? When you deposit into your bank account, where is your money? Please tell me. Because it's not there. Is it at another bank? Let me make this easier. Your 401k. Where's your 401k located at? Where's the actual physical possession of the tangible currency, the dollar, the value of it, of whatever investment? Where is that located at? Is it on a blockchain somewhere? What is the value of it? For those of you that don't understand Bitcoin, I totally get it because you want to know and you want to see the money. But you can't even tell me where the money is in your 401k, in your retirement, in your stocks, bonds, your Edward Jones, your mutual fund, your Mass Mutual account, whatever it is, your bank account. You can't even tell me where that's at because you don't know. The whole point of what I'm saying is you don't even know where your money's at. So you're calling our office and say, I wanted somebody local. Well, guys, I'm not here to cater to your feelings. I'm here to protect your money. I know where my clients' assets are at. I know how much they're being fed. And I know daggone well how much manipulation is out there. I know what the standard deviation is. I know what the average return is. I know exactly what the client can experience. I know how much risk they're willing to take based on the financial prescription I have given them, based on their risk tolerance and their goals and their objectives and their one-time lifetime expenses and their wishes. We want to plan for that. We want to be smart. We want to be diligent because when this inflation trap comes in and when the pension crisis comes in and the commercial real estate shows its face and all the inversion of the yield curve happening right now, and we already spoke about this 18 months ago. 18 months ago, I was saying, the inversion of this yield curve back in August of 2025. I'm sorry. August of 2025, it started uninverting. I said 18 months later, you're going to start to see some problems in the market. Because historically speaking, whenever the inversion of that yield curve starts to uninvert, you have an inversion of the yield curve where the 2 years paying just as much as a 5-year treasury. That's an unnatural uninversion yield curve. A 2-year bond should not be paying as much as a 5-year. What that tells the economy, what that tells the investors is that they don't have a strong outlook for America. And this is why Japan keeps on dumping our bonds, because there's a lot of feces in a crapper right now, and they know it. And they're pulling back and they're selling. So what's America doing? We're puffing up the markets. We're cooling inflation to look more attractable. We're raising interest rates so we can get that international money, baby. Buy our debt. Buy our debt, baby. And now we are becoming the biggest borrower. We are going to be a servant to China. We're going to be a servant to countries that don't deserve our business. We're becoming a servant to these countries that really don't even have our interest. And the American government, it literally is anti-American. It's anti-American. How in the hell do you raise $40 trillion and say you're going to be America first? You have financially destroyed our country, our economy. Single moms can't even pay their gas bills, can't go to work on time because they can't afford a daycare and they have to run across towns all over the place just to make it happen. We have veterans that are just lost. We have the average home buyer right now is 63 years old. Millennials are living with their parents at all-time highs. Credit card debt is so high. Foreclosures are back. Not 08 levels yet, but 2016 levels, 2017 levels. Foreclosures are back. Repossessions are a normal thing now. And so we have that with red money, and people have their retirement in the system. It's red money. It's market-based money, unlimited upside, potentially a huge, huge downside. This is why I teach colors of money. We have green money, which is going to be a bucket of money that has a guarantee on your principal. It's the best position to be in because we make money in chaos. We make money when the stock market goes down because the following year, those index credits kick in and we're following the NASDAQ, we're following the S&P, we're following the gold markets, we're following the international markets. We get to allocate into several different indices that we know are going to rebound. And now we have the ability to lock in those gains. You know, you can buy the QQQs. You could buy the Dave Ramsey BS program. You can buy all this garbage that they preach out, the goy slop. And you know what's happening? Is that you are going to get destroyed when it comes to retirement because you're seeking growth, thinking that's going to be the financial ivermectin for your financial plan, which is the stupidest thing ever. What you need to worry about is safety first. You don't climb a mountain and not get harnessed. You don't go on a sports car and not buckle up a seatbelt. You don't go to the gun range and not know where your safety is at. You don't go on a flight and not know who your pilot is or put your seatbelt on. You don't go and red money and not know what your risk is. And unfortunately, most of the people watching this podcast, they're doing the same daggone thing, what they've always been done, what their dad has taught them, what their mom has taught them, what all this stuff has taught them. And then they play victim when the market goes down and they don't do nothing. And they cry and bicker and moan. And they blame this, blame that, but they don't take responsibility. It's actually a biblical concept to take responsibility, to own your shit. And when you do, you become successful. You become alive. You have the ability literally to grow, to learn from your mistakes. You become authentic. You know what God does? God hooks you up because he sees the heart. He doesn't want you perfect. I mean, we all want to be perfect, but he knows we're not perfect. But one thing that he will bless is a true heart. We're all sinners. We all judge. We've all made terrible mistakes in our lives. But God looks at the heart. So my question is to you, is it the money that you're seeking to get to a certain place? Are you getting your security from a financial number? Are you trusting God truly, or are you trusting your bank account? And you don't have to know that answer. But one thing I do know for certain is that the track, trace, and control agenda is here. I own tracktracecontrol.com. I haven't done anything to the website. I'm going to start building that out because we're going to expose everything that they're tracking. That is my goal. If you haven't heard about Green Money Solutions, let me tell you, a lot of retirees, they stick their money in their 401ks, they stick their money in their IRAs and their Roths, and they rely on stocks and bonds, even precious metals to grow their retirement, to get them to their retirement destinations. You need principal protection. You need an account that has ability to protect your money, grow with the index that you're currently already following with 100% risk. Now you have a principal protected account that will grow with equity-like returns, and more importantly, withdraw those funds while your account accumulates. If that is something that you're interested in, Green Money Solutions is a national brand that will protect your retirement. Over the past 22 years, our clients have successfully implemented this strategy to create a secure and safe retirement. Most advisors don't have access to this because they don't get paid to offer green money. All you have to do is go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out the information, and let's just have a conversation. But for you, what you need to do, what this $40 trillion deficit means, is that they financially have a way that they can crash the markets, they can crash the economy, they can make you so independent on them. We now are slobs, and they have us by the short hairs with OpenAI. You put your whole life through ChatGPT, your Siri, your Facebook, your Meta, your wearable AI. You drive your Tesla, you drive your car. They got cameras all over the place in cars now. They know your behavior. They know how you think. They know your talks. They know your verbs. You got Facebook Messenger in your phone. They already know exactly your GPS on your iPhone or Android already knows where you're going to go before you even get there. Because it's a Tuesday at 5 o'clock, Johnny always goes to ice hockey practice. So when he gets in a car at Tuesday at 4:15, chances are, percentages, he's going to go to this rink to play ice hockey. It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday. He's going to his 9 o'clock service. Yep. It's 7:55. He's dropping off his girls to academy school. This is what we're in right now. Just like a ballistic missile can be defensive and block targets and block penetrationable targets, this quantum AI that's coming out already has a track, trace, and control agenda that is here, and they're going to use it in the markets. You don't think they're going to, for a second, that they're not going to use this technology to steal money from your 401k? Actually, they're already doing it. Big banks and market makers, they know the weaknesses in the market, and they take advantage and exploit you. That simple. There's no way, guys, that 6, 7 stocks are pumping up the whole, not stock market, but the whole economy. There's no way. But it's happening now. And so you guys are on this pogo stick thinking you're never, ever going to fall over. You're jumping for joy. Ha, 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 ha. We did it. Yes, we made 30% returns. We made 42% returns. I bought in a video when it was $80 a share. I bought Apple when it was $12. But man, when it comes crashing, it's going to be a nasty thrashing. It's going to be bad. People are going to get so caught up and this AI growth that they're going to forget themselves and why they did it in the first place, and they didn't have any green money. In the meanwhile, I'm over here saying, look, if you're willing to give up some of the upsides to protect you on a downside, all right, the NASDAQ did 25%. What if we made 17%? Would you cry? Knowing the NASDAQ did 25? I don't think you would. And then what if it crashes? You still kept your 17%. And everybody else, they lost everything. They need 58% just to break even, while you don't need nothing. You can get a zero. And as a matter of fact, it crashes, you get a zero. Then the following year, it rallies back up. Now you're making a 30%, 25 to 30%, and you're ahead. And that's the most beautiful thing about green money, is that we just don't have any losses. And I know this is foreign to a lot of you folks because you're so inundated in red money. Maybe you're in New York and you don't even have a way to have red money because it's state chartered, and your state hates protecting your assets. They want you in red money. It is blood money. It is driven by bribery. It's driven by the politics in your state. And not even every state has access to the way we do here in Florida, Arizona, Georgia, and some good southern free states. But all you got to do is give us a call. Let's get your money protected, guys. The inversion of the yield curve is happening right now. We got 40 trillion. What are you doing to prepare you from a market correction, from what is to come? You can't keep on pumping money, printing money out of thin air, and then borrowing it back to yourself and paying the interest back to yourself and thinking that we're going to be financially stable. Meanwhile, we owe all this debt to Japan, all this debt to UK. Look at who owns our bonds, guys. China already dumped 50% of their bonds. They're pissed off. They're not making the interest rates they can in another country. What we need to do right now, we need to pray for our country, but it's your responsibility to get your house in order. I'm really good at making money in the markets. Ask anybody. Ask Stu. Ask Mike Lindell. Ask my friends. Ask them all. But one thing I can't do for you is I can't make a decision for you. You can look me up. They can say all this crap about me. Oh, this guy got caught up in a crypto scam. This guy did that. And this guy. Guys, look up Jesus online, the most perfect person in the world, and see what they say about him. You can be as perfect as you want. They're going to crucify you all online. Online's like the internet. It's like a public urinal. You can write whatever you want in a bathroom kiosk. It's disgusting. But I'm telling you, if any of those things were true, I would be locked up. And the fact of the matter is that I want to protect your assets. I'm very untraditional on what I do, but I'm very good at what I do. I just know what the markets are doing most of the time, and I'm able to guide you to the best of my ability. And the one thing I do know is that we can protect your retirement from the failing banks, from what is going on. There's a bank right now that one of my clients just called me, and he's out in Utah, and the banks just shut down all their branches. Thank God he only had a little bit of money in that account. He listened to the scriptures on Wall Street. But it's coming, guys. I mean, there's no way you can stop what is about to come other than being proactive now. You understand that the Bible says the passive pay the penalty? I really mean that. I talk about scriptures because he gives us so much parables. He gives us so much wisdom. From a book that was written 2,000 years ago, where a guy that made no crime and literally died for all of humanity, even the people that killed him, that still mock him, blasphemed him. He still died for them. And still to this day, on Easter Sunday, every municipality is closed. Every mall is closed. Federal holiday. For someone that's so fake and that's a fairy tale, and he was a great prophet, what the Muslims say, or what the Jewish people say. He was a great teacher. Blasphemic, but he was a great teacher. You say that now, it's easy for you to say. But the Talmud says he's burning in a lake of semen. My Jesus, that's blasphemic. That's disgusting. And that's where we're at, guys. That's the truth. So we need to ask Jesus into our heart. Not pretend, but truly ask Jesus in our heart. Jesus, put my name in the book of life. I accept you as my Lord and Savior. I accept you because I need you. I can't do this on my own. I've tried. I'm a single dad. I'm a single mom. I can't do this. I don't have parents. I don't have this. I don't have that. I can't do this on my own. I don't even have the wisdom to do this on my own. I just want the best for my children. I just want the best for my loved ones. I pray that God gives you the vision. I pray that God gives you the discernment, that he gives you the tools of the Holy Spirit, and that you could become the man and woman that God has called you to be. Money is a great tool, and I actually enjoy talking about money for a living because it brings people together. It's one common interest everybody has, but it also exposes the truth. It's not alcohol. They say, oh, get him drunk and he'll speak the truth. No, put some money in his pocket and the truth will come out, because the Bible says where your treasure is also where your heart is. Where your heart is where your treasure is. Reciprocally spoken, stated, it's like the Bible. It just flows like peanut butter and jelly. It just flows, man. And you can tell by a lot of where a guy's heart is by looking at his bank statements. Seriously. Anyways, guys, I love y'all. There's so much I want to talk about, but this weekend we're going to talk about just what it's like to enjoy retirement. What is it like to have green money, have income coming in so that when life hits, you already planned for it. What does a successful retirement look like? How do I get one? And why I don't have one, and what I can do to build into that. I want to talk about solutions. I don't want to talk about doom and gloom and things that you already know. But you don't have to worry about all this stuff. All you have to do is give us a call. Let us help you out. 813-448-3446. You can email me directly, info@cortezwm.com. And if you want an appointment and you want to put some information in, please write some details before we give you a call. Go to cortezwm.com. If you do not want an appointment, you say, I just want to guarantee a portion of my portfolio, great. We love that business too. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com and we can educate you on what that looks like. Every state is different. You can go on greenmoneysolutions.com and learn about the different options. Most of them are in most states. Just know that New York, if you're in a Democratic-driven state, a blue state, the laws are completely different over there. Maryland, New Hampshire, Tennessee is weird. Missouri, I know that's a shocker with Tennessee, but yeah, there's something going on in Tennessee where they don't like green money. Them in Missouri and Wisconsin, Michigan, they don't like green money. There is green money out there, but it's just not as open as it is Arizona and Florida and Georgia and Texas. Give us a call. Let us help you navigate through all that. And we're going to protect your money. You got to protect your money right now. The markets are way too volatile. And you're at a point where you're getting close to retirement. Quit messing around. If your money grows 30%, so what? If your money loses half of its value, now we got your attention. Don't let it be a problem and say, I should have fixed this. I could have. If you're in the could have fixed this, you better start doing something right now. It's not me talking. This is the Bible talking. Because the passive will pay the penalty. The passive will pay the penalty. Don't be passive. God got you to where you're at to protect it, to make the phone call, to do something about it. And I'm here, arms wide open, to help you. And we want to bless you. We want to give you some knowledge. We want to give you some tools so that you can be successful in your retirement. Your family is relying on you. You've worked your booty off 30, 40 years to what? Give it all away to the CBDC, to an inverted yield curve, to a president that doesn't have America first, to a tweet? No, be smart. Let's get some guarantees on your nest egg. Let's get some yellow money, some smart money working for you. Yes, let's use those manipulations of the market that they're controlling the market. And let's use that for our benefit. And we have the solutions and the tools with yellow money. I know I don't talk about yellow money a lot, but it's there. And man, are we kicking butt. But give us a call, 813-448-3446. I got to go. I got to wake up early and get the kids ready for school at 5:30 in the morning. But I'm able to do that because I got some really, really good vitamins, really good peptides from GetMeLeanUSA.com. I am energetic. I sleep well. Mental clarity is great. Stress levels are down. Go to GetMeLeanUSA.com. Get your performance pack. They're like $300 or $400. It'll last you a whole month, and you can go on auto subscriptions. You don't have to buy the most expensive pack like I do, but you can just get the fit. You can get the focus. My favorite is the lean and the fit. If you can get those two, those are my two favorite. The fit is just awesome. It tastes like orange juice, and it has a little bit of caffeine, not a lot, a little bit of natural caffeine, and your muscles just get like activated. And there's 4 times more protein synthesis than creatine. It's amazing. This stuff is awesome. I think it's $89 a box. Go on auto subscription and get you some. Great. I make a little bit of money. It helps towards the podcast Scriptures in Wall Street. But if you ever wanted to donate to Scriptures in Wall Street, thank you, Eugene. We love you. He's always looking out after us. And just thank you. Thank you guys for your local support. We've had several listeners over the years just give us a few $100, give us a few $1,000. And we love it because I don't do this. I don't make money off my podcast. I honestly just do it because I care about sharing the message. I care about speaking scriptures. Money and the gospel are never two things that are ever supposed to be talked about. And I bring it every week, 2 times a week. I was told in business school never to talk about money and politics, and that's all I do talk about because I want to be real with my clients, and I want you to be real with your advisor so that we can create an environment where you're successful and we're all on the same page. Anyways, guys, love y'all. Thank you so much. And yeah, when you do call and say, hey, man, I feel like I know you. When you tell me that, I feel the same way, and I don't even know you because this has been a journey for over 2 years, 4 years actually. And if you're listening to me for this long, just know that I'm just a regular guy. I'm sensitive in many ways, but when you say those words to me, it hits home. It really motivates me. So I don't know who you are. You know who this is for. I love you already. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. I'm just not another like or subscribe. But when you do tell me that, I don't care about the money. I do like to make money. I care about being an impact. That is where my treasure is. That is where my heart is. God will ask you when you die, what'd you do for me? I want to be able to say, God, I was impactful to many people utilizing the platform you've given me. So thank you for those words. You know who you are. You know who hasn't said it yet, but thank you because those words inspire me. It's midnight now, my time, and I got to get to bed. But just thinking of that gives me the fuel to finish, gives me the push that I need to get on the finish line because there's days where I don't even want to talk. A lot of days. There's days where clients call and they just had a bad day and they just want to vomit all over us. And it's tough. It is tough. But I'm here. I'm 43 years old. I've been doing this for 22 years, and I hope I can do it for another 10, 15, 20 years. I don't know when I'll ever retire. I love this. I've been doing it for a long, long, long daggone time. So, anyways, guys, I need to go. I'm getting sleepy time. God bless y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe on Rumble. Don't forget to like and subscribe on Rumble, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're going on Kick soon, kick.com, and YouTube. So, God bless you guys. I'm out of here. So how many times have we gotten lost in the minutia of the everyday life? We've gotten fat, we've gotten lazy, we've gotten complacent, not just in our faith, but also our fitness, maybe our finances, maybe our marriage, maybe our family. But we've gotten complacent, and we constantly need to continue to grow. And one of the things I was weak at was in my fitness. As a former athlete, I thought I had it all. My ego got in the way. I'm like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Up until now, I have been able to focus on my fitness. For those of you who've been following me for 3 or 4 years, you understand that I've gained a lot of weight. I've used the excuse of having 4 kids, a marriage, a business, helping out at church, all these excuses. And I keep putting myself in the back burner. This is deadly. And what I love about this company, what I love about taking ownership, is that GetMeLeanUSA.com has the ability to introduce natural, groundbreaking peptides. What your body demands, what your body needs to release those fat stored cells, to build muscle, to gain your physical being back to where it's naturally supposed to be. We're not talking about big pharma saying we're going to come out with the weight loss drug. We're not talking about losing muscle. We're talking about gaining muscle, gaining your physique back, controlling your appetite, giving you the edge that you need to help you get your body back in check the way God intended it to be, by using his resources with America First products, with America First company that aligns and believes in what you believe in. Introducing GetMeLeanUSA.com. Get in. This is going to be groundbreaking, huge business opportunity, as well as a huge groundbreaking technology that is going to change the landscape. So I know good things before I see it, and I highly recommend you get in. All you got to do is click the link below and get you some fit, get you some lean, and get fit and get lean. This is not going to do everything. Of course, diet and exercise, you continue your walking, continue your protein intake, but man, does it make it a whole lot easier to get in shape. Look at me, I've lost 60 pounds, but this is actually fundamentally a great recipe to get back in shape. And I can personally attest to the amazing effects of this product. So go to GetMeLeanUSA.com. You won't regret it. You can cancel anytime. They're affordable, and yet they're effective. And you are supporting our show. You're supporting yourself. You're supporting a mission. There is an affiliate program attached to it if you would want to share it with your friends and family. There's a whole nother opportunity there. But more importantly, let's get your fitness back in check. God bless you. Carlos Cortez here, signing out.